Something went well tonight. Oh, not quite. Hold on one second. All right, it's K4PEW Mount net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net here on 146.415. We're on net number 1175. It caught me off guard in the midst of me finishing putting this my metal production here on the net. An old friend called. I tried to reach him about 20 times over the last number of years because I knew he had a stroke and I didn't know whether he was dead or alive. And he calls me up and he had a stroke and he had a hard time even talking to me. But it's so good to hear from him. He was a good friend of mine when I was in the military. I met him a couple of times in the early 2000s, but that stroke really put a hurting on him. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you that little bit of information. It's not much important to any of you, but it's an old friend of mine. He's one ahead of me. He's on his fourth marriage. We agreed that we're slow learners. Let's see, where was I? Okay, tonight we are in the midst of net number 1,175. Let's see. Do we have any emergency traffic? Obviously not. So I'm not even going to mention it. You guys know what to do if there's an emergency. You call 911, then you tell us, and you just chat for a while you're waiting for the fire department, police, sheriff, EMS, whatever, or your neighbors, or us for that matter. So anyway, if you do that though, make sure you give people where you live, so otherwise they don't know where to show up. Alrighty, you can watch us now. I have 3 places, and I forgot to make that announcement. I think I put it in the header line. No, I didn't. I didn't either. I finally put that Simplex net back on the web because I was paying for that for however long it was up, 3 or 4 years, and I got tired of paying for it. So now it's on a free one. So it has to. It says Simplex Radio at. Let me just read it to you. I'll put it out on the web anyway. But it's what the heck is it? It's simplexhamradio.godaddysite.com. And if I have to put that 146.415 back in there as a thing, I'm going to have to pay money, and I don't feel like doing that anymore. I may do that in the future, but $27 a month wasn't. I got better things to do with my money. And all I'm doing is promoting ham radio. I get no direct benefit from it other than promoting Simplex Ham Radio. But I can do that here. It'll be listed on the Google search engines, etc. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring you up to speed on that. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes. You go to there. You go to that website. You can also go to YouTube right now. Go to K4PEW on the search block on YouTube, and you'll come up with the first thing you'll usually come up with is the image of me and my wife when we got married a few years ago, and then you can click on where the current live production is, such as it is. Or you can go to groups.io, put in K4, not me, no, put in MJSS, Mike, Julia, Sarah in there, and you can join our group there on the list. There's about 200 people there. Hams, I should say hams. It's different than people. A lot different. People don't do what we do. Hams do what we do. But anyway, there's 200 people there, a lot of them technically oriented, and so if you have technical questions, ham questions, testing questions, all that stuff, you can jump in there and do it. You can also sell equipment there. And if somebody's selling equipment, you could buy equipment. And we also keep you up to date on local auctions, or especially that Schulman auction that's out of Kansas, St. Louis? That's where it is, St. Louis. Which I just sent one out. There's an auction going on right now. So if you're on the list and you haven't looked at it and you're not on the, you get all the notices, you're going to go look. Let's see. Or you can contact me at K4PEW@ARRL.net. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. I'm going to start like one of those fast things on the radio. Every Saturday and Wednesday and Saturday night. We conduct that, of course, on 146.415 FM Simplex, and tonight we move on to 144.240, and then on to 50.135. Be thinking about also doing 2 nets on 6 meters, one on this and then on FM, but I'm not sure where we can go on FM. It makes sense. So somebody tell me, Greg, why don't you lift that up? I didn't take the time to do it today. Like I said, I was talking to that guy, and I was really in a rush to get on the net tonight. Let's see. All right. And okay, by the way, the purpose of the net is to have fun. Support ham radio in general, to introduce new people and people who are unfamiliar with ham radio. And Simplex is a way to do it because it's easy entry. There's lots of us out here, and so they can get on the air and talk to people instead of getting abused on repeaters and getting into the habit of having someone tell them, oh, you're full quieting and you sound great, and you only got 3 watts. Doesn't make any sense. But no, repeaters are good for what they're good for, but Simplex is so much more fun, as most of you realize.
52.525, by the way.
52.525. Okay. 52.525. Appreciate that, Greg. 52.525. Okay, we're going to do both of those, I think. And normally the 6 meter upper side band, it's a desert. It's a frequency desert, man. It's kind of like those food deserts. Anyway, except you can't eat frequencies. Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, announcements. I have the Sunday night. Don't forget about the Sunday night. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. 10 meters. It's 28.415. And then he moved. Michael KM4YRF moves over to 10 meters on FM, and then 10 meters on C4 FM. But I'll let you show up, and he can figure out where to send you to go. To send you for those things. Also, any other announcements we have? Anything? Any weddings or funerals coming up? I don't want any more funerals.
We could also do 52.415, I bet.
Just take a look. We can make that change as we on the go here. I just want to make sure it's within the area for everybody to get on. All right. He's going to get back to us on that. I don't think I have any other announcements. Like I said, we're on net number 1175. I don't want to keep blathering here, but let's see. This is the first. Yeah, actually the first Saturday, which is the first cavalcade of nets we have in the 2026. So let's hope it's a good year. We'll be finishing our 12th year in September, hopefully, if Venezuela doesn't attack us, which I think is highly unlikely, but you never know. Could be North Korea. So we're going to start checking it right now because we're coming. Where did we were last? Well, hold on. Didn't write that down. Oh, yeah, we were in the west. We're going to start it with the south. So Tony's right on top. Tony, you out there? Well, wait a minute. Before we get to Tony, we have people short on time, mobile, or first-time chickens.
KCA990, mobile.
Hey, Jeff. I was just going through some pictures, and I saw a picture of you when we were in that little the place up on Mount Juliet Road, just south of the railroad tracks. Just south of the railroad tracks when we had the breakfast there.
Yeah, I think maybe it was the barbecue or something. That's probably the last time I've actually been to a physical breakfast, too. But yeah, just getting back from the Wilson ARC Club meeting tonight. Heard you in there. Heard you did the mobile call. Get in there real quick and say hello. It's Jeff, KCA990. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. We had 11 at breakfast this morning, so you need to jump in there, man. And we're in Hermitage, so we're even closer than we used to be. I think. Anyway, that was Jeff, KC8NNO mobile coming back from Lebanon. Who else is mobile first time or short on time?
Relay.
Go give me a relay.
Yeah, check in Richard and Stephanie and Frank. They're at the Wilson meeting tonight.
Oh, that's just a code word for they're at the bar. Frank, okay. All right, very good. We're checking in on a relay. Richard, KC4, KD4. Heck is it? KC. If I don't talk to him, it doesn't come to me. KC4 SIB, that's what it is. KI4 SIB. There you go. KI4 SIB. I had to think about that for a minute. And Stephanie, which is KI4SOR, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, very good. My memory's not completely shot. And then, of course, Frank, which is 9K. Oh, man. I can't even think. He has 9RKK. What's that second letter?
KD9RKK.
Oh, yeah, KB. That's what it is. Anyway, that's Frank, and they're all three are there over at the bar in Lebanon after the ham meeting. Who else is? I didn't say it was a liquor bar. It could be a yogurt bar. It could be a yoga bar. Yoga, yogurt, all kinds of things. Who else is anything else? Short time mobile or first time check?
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo Delta.
Oh man, a flash from the recent past. Anyway, how you doing, Doug?
Oh, doing okay, Paul. Just surviving. We got hit with all the whatever the crud is that's going around through the countryside hit my wife and I both. We've been sick all through Christmas, but I think we have survived it and are over the hump now.
Oh, I've heard some terrible stories about people getting that thing, man. It wiped one. Somebody went to the hospital with it.
Yeah, we were pretty close at a couple of times there, but we kind of stuck it out. But hey, I'm just glad to be here in 2026 and glad to be on the net at least. Finally, I haven't been here in a while.
No, I'm glad you did. I think about you all the time when I said I don't hear from Doug, and it's you're a big player over there in the parks on the air. So I hate to lose. You saw my what we're doing here in Mount Juliet, right?
I don't think I did. I'll have to look into it. What's going on?
We're going to do parks on the air, and it's going to be we'll go we'll climb to the peak of Mount Juliet and work from there.
I'll have to learn more about that. That sounds like something that would be fun to participate in.
No, I haven't told anybody yet, so you're going to be the first to know. I was going to actually do a YouTube video, either live or maybe I'll do it so I don't have to do it live. But I was going to go out to Mount Juliet Road, because I think you know where I live, out by McDonald's. And I'm going to give the rundown, and I'm going to be climbing the mountain, and you guys can be with me. I may even speed up the walk, because it's about a mile or so up the hill. And it is up the hill, but it's not much of a hill, Anyway, and it's all on sidewalk except for when you cross the road, and then you get up toward the peak. There is no sidewalk, so it gets rugged walking in the grass because there's no median on the road, Then you get up to my house, which is the peak. I'm the highest point. I didn't even know this until recently. And I thought I was just in a good high point, but I'm the highest point in the city of Mount Juliet.
Well, that sure can help. That makes a difference in how well you can get out. And I know a lot of other people can hear you. You talk to them that I don't hear. So you're obviously doing a good job of covering the area.
Oh, yeah, but anyway, I just thought it would be a good, fun thing to do. It's Summits on the Air. That's what it was. Summits on the Air. Of course, Mount Juliet, I don't think would qualify under... I looked up the summit rules. Doesn't even come close.
Yeah, but you know what? You can play radio from anywhere you want to. Make up your own rules.
Well, that's why I said it was going to be Summits on D-U-H, air.
Yeah, well, the first word in Doug is duh.
I never thought about that, but I'm sorry you mentioned it. Now it's going to be stuck with me.
All right, I'll get off here. I'm a little short on time tonight. Just wanted to check in and hope everybody's having a good 2026 and continued good health and happiness to all.
Oh, very good. By the way, I had one of my wife's relatives who is a nephew, and he was around 40, and he was in the hospital. They're not even sure what hit him. I don't know whether it was the virus or he had something else. He was actually in intensive care for about a week, and out cold.
It has been rough. I know a lot of our family have had it. We didn't even really celebrate Christmas. I couldn't even eat Christmas dinner. I just stayed passed out in a recliner chair on drugs.
Oh, I can imagine. I know how bad it is when I get sick and how you just... It's not that you can't do anything. You just flat don't want to.
That's absolutely true. Of course, my wife, she's like the Energizer Bunny. You can't stop that woman, and I'll say it again. Women are far tougher than men are.
Yeah, you and I both know that, but don't repeat it too often.
All right, 7-3, Paul.
Very good. That's Doug. That's KO4MKD. I'm going to do it again. Up in, oh, man. Every time I go to think of it, I forget.
Well, did you ever watch Captain Kangaroo?
Yeah, Mr. Green Jeans?
Well, I'm Mr. Greenbrier.
There you go. That's a good way to remember it. See, I jumped on the green Jeans, didn't I?
Yeah, we watched the same programs, apparently.
Yeah, it was by today's standards, it wouldn't have much appeal, but it was for kids in the 50s and early 60s. It was great.
I love Bunny Rabbit.
Yeah, it was just good. It was good stuff. I mean, nice, simple things, and it was all upbeat and just good stuff. Anyway, Doug, appreciate you for reminding me of that. It's KO4MKD and Doug in Greenbrier, and it's in Tennessee, by the way. Anybody else? Where was I? Oh, south, actually. I think that's where I was, or short on time, if we're still doing that. Short on time mobile or first time? All right, well, moving over down to the south. Please come now.
Yeah, this is KR4IDJ. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing there, Echo?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got back from the club meeting. I'm pretty tired. After this, I'm headed to bed.
Oh, man, you're going to be tough when you have to go out and get a job, then, if you get tired going to a meeting.
Yes, definitely. Unless if it's something like a work-at-home job.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of came up the hard way, and when I first got out of the military back in the 70s, early 70s, I was working on, not every day, but I had whole periods during the summer where the work schedule, I was working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then usually a half a day on Saturday. So by the end of that week, I was pretty tired.
Yeah, the military is pretty strict about that stuff. Some people, I believe, do work about 70 hours a week.
Yeah, that was a different thing, though. Like on our ship, I'm pretty sure the schedules are the same way. In fact, I'm confident they are. The normal schedule for most weeks is that you will spend 16 to 18 hours a day doing something. It's not necessarily hard work, but you'll be up, you'll be working, you'll be standing watches, you'll be doing something. And so you get a very limited time to do what you want to do on your own, unless you want to skip sleeping.
That's just constant surveillance.
Well, again, in our case, we were cruising the high seas, and we just had a lot to do, getting from here to everywhere else on the planet, So it was interesting. Anyway, everything going good in your world?
Yeah, everything is going all right. My cat just went out of my room, and my parents are pretty happy that they drove me to the club meeting. And everyone woke up to me. I was super happy.
So, did they stay for the meeting?
Yes, I did. I stayed for about an hour.
No, I meant your parents. Did they stay for the meeting?
Yep, same time.
So, were they bored? Or were they enjoying it? Or were they educated by what they saw?
Very educated. We got tons of new information about, handling groups, ham radio groups.
Oh, good. In what particular way about groups? You mean like the work we're doing here on the net tonight?
More like digital, like online groups. I mean, as in, like, have you heard of the Band app? They introduced that to my parents.
I don't think so. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I think it's an app for different groups.
Cool. Yeah, because you already signed up to groups.io, so it's not the same thing as that, obviously.
It would be sort of like that. But yeah, this is KR4IDJ. I'm gonna get off. What time did I contact you again?
You mean the first time?
Yeah, the first time. Was it a few minutes ago, like, I think 8:13, but I'm not sure which minute.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look back on actually when it first came up, because I don't log the time, but it's on the YouTube video. It shows the time. Well, it'll show where. It'll show you how minutes it is into the net after 8 o'clock. That's what it'll show.
Got it. Thank you. Anyway, this is KR4IDJ out.
Very good. That's Kilo Romeo 4 India Delta Juliet. That's Echo, and he's here in. I think he's actually in Gladeville, but he's just a couple miles south of me. Who else is south?
KF4KFQ.
Hello, Tony. Appreciate you holding on there. KF4KFQ. Anything good?
Well, that's what I do.
What, just the good things?
Yeah, I guess. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. You're dawdling tonight, so people are waiting. KF4KFQ.
I can dawdle if I want to. You can't even control it, man.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's it. KF4KFQ.
I like trying. I keep people up as long as if they were trying to get to bed by 9. I go, no, we're going to take it till 9:30. That was Tony, KF4KFQ. He's in Smyrna. Who else is south? Hey, Larry, I'm hearing you're really good tonight. I didn't hear you at all on D-Star again tonight. Yeah, very good. Appreciate it. Everything else okay?
Yes, we did. Let me know when you call KE4SYV.
Very good. That's Larry in Rockville, KE4SYV. Who else is south?
KE4TYJ.
Hey, Mr. Jimmy, what's up?
I'm still up.
Man, I was telling my wife something about you. We were talking, and I thought, and you said you were coming home from work, and she heard me say that later, and she goes, what time does he start work? I go, I don't know, 2 in the morning maybe?
Yeah, I clock in at 2.
You know, there's only one other person I've known in this area who does that, and he worked for the Metro bus system, and he had to get up like about that time to get over to the station to pick up the vehicle and get on the route. So he had a similar kind of schedule, and that's Jeff up in Madison, and he's still having trouble after 35 years of doing that, of getting back to normal sleep patterns.
Yeah, that normal sleep pattern is for other folks. Now I get up at midnight. Is my normal wake up time. Reveille's get sounded at midnight.
Yep, I know what you're saying. Of course, as you know, and when you were in the military, they make your schedules for you, and they're not always easy. But that isn't the same as what you're doing now.
No, it's not the same. I got recalled after being out 10 years, and they recalled me back to active duty, and they say, we're going to start early. You'll be here at 5. I said, 5? I get to sleep in.
I know you told me about that experience. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a hoot. All right. I'll let you get back at it. I'm fighting a little chest cold, but you had a busy last couple of weeks at work and whatever, and didn't get as much radio time or time at the house as we would like, but we have to push on through the holiday season, and now we can kind of coast for a month or two.
Oh, I know it. In fact, if they recalled me 10 years after I got out, I'd show up and they go, Reveille's at 6. I go, it might be for some.
Yeah, I still had a beard and I had long hair, and I showed up on the motorcycle at the main gate Camp Purdue with orders in hand, dressed in leather on the bike, and anyways, make a long story short, I had to get my hair cut and shave my face and get uniforms, and the scuttlebutt running around Camp Lejeune at that time was they're recalling guys back from Nam. There's a guy come in there on a motorcycle.
That must have. I wish that if it was the current era, you would have done it with a YouTube video attached to your helmet just to see the shock on everybody's face.
Oh yeah, and I couldn't believe it. They're so desperate. They're calling guys back from Nam. It's like, no, I missed Nam by about 10 years. So, but anyways, that was a funny story. Anyways, I'll let you get back at it, sir. Enjoy it as always. KE4TY.
Yep, that was Jim in in Woodbury, KE4TYJ. Who else is south or east? Yeah, south at first. South.
K4IDC.
Hello, Mr. Robin. You surviving the day on a nice, cool day, but beautiful day?
Yeah, it was nice. I actually went back up in the woods and fixed my 160-meter loop.
Oh, good. That's what I was working on when I told you about those butt slices and stuff. Butt splices, excuse me, not slices.
Did you get it working?
Oh no, I never made it out to the yard because I had other things. I had a toilet to rebuild.
Oh, that's a crappy job.
Yeah, it is, and yeah, it's. How come? Well, I was going to say how come all toilets are white, but they're not.
I'll leave that alone.
No, it's true. I mean, if you ever saw some of those expensive toilets in the really expensive homes, and it comes in all color of your choice, but they pay, any at a time. I remember. I'll tell you a quick story, very quick. Met a guy who said, "Oh, this great house I just had built," and he was an executive with his big corporation. I said, "Oh, really?" And I go, "Where is it?" I knew where it was about, and he goes, "Yeah, it's 4,000 square feet, and I got 8 bathrooms, and I even ordered them special toilets. The toilets were $1,500 a piece, and that was 40 years ago."
That is money down the drain.
Well, listen, I don't argue with people if they spend money on things I can't afford. I mean, I'm happy for them if they get what they want, but it just seems excessive, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're
It's like people who buy that $10,000 ICOM or Yaesu radio,
As soon as it comes out.
Very good. Anything good for the net, Robin?
No, not really. My AM shack is a wreck again. I did have it in a decent order for a little while, but it's a wreck again. So I got to get started cleaning this mess up.
Were you doing another silent key sale, were you? No liquidations right now, thank goodness. Had enough of that. Well, I'm guessing that Carrie's widow's going to need some help.
Well, I wasn't aware that Kerry had passed, but I'm not surprised. I talked to him a few weeks ago, and it was pretty obvious then.
Wow, I can't believe you missed that. I sent out the notice and everything about showing up for the funeral and everything.
Didn't see that email, sorry.
Oh, no, that's all right. I understand. I know we're not the center of the universe, as they say. We're just a ham radio thingy, No, it was nice. It was me and Jack, KG4LV, and Michael, KM4YRF, were there to make a nice, showing for the club, and we signed in the guest log as our call signs and our last names, of course. But it was, and his wife was very, very nice, and she handled it very well. But you could see that it was a real problem because man, dying at 63 sucks.
Yeah, it sure does. Well, good on you, and glad you did that. I don't know how to reach his wife, so if you have any contact information, I might offer to help if no one else has.
All right. I don't know if I have her email. I know Michael has a contact information. So, Michael, if you're listening, send it over to Robin if you would.
I'll do it.
Very good. We got her done. Very good, Robin. Appreciate it. Anything else out there?
Not so much. I've been buying some stuff to build some transverter kits. I'm looking forward to getting excited about that. Hopefully going to participate in the June VHF contest this year.
Very good. If I ever get my 10 element beam back up, I could do the same.
Well, what do you need?
Just what they call. I've been diagnosed recently. I got to tell you the truth. I've been diagnosed with lack of hustle.
It doesn't get any better from here, I don't think.
At 76 years old, I'll be 77 this year. I don't think it's going to get better.
Yeah, I mistakenly said something to my friend Fred in Bowling Green recently about being 80 years old, and he informed me he is not 80. He was 79 and 8 months. I did a quick calculation. I said, you're 99.8% there. That's close enough.
Well, as my mother used to say, it was in Canada and in some other places, I'm sure, because when she'd say that, somebody was, like she'd say, her birthday would be in June, or it was in February actually, but it'd be if it was the previous November or October, she'd say, well, I'm in my 70th year, even though she didn't turn 70 until a couple months away, because you are in the 70th year, you just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, my wife turned 60 this year, and she says she's not in her 60s. So. Are you in your 50s? No. Are you in your 70s? No. Well, there's only one decade in between them, sweetie.
Yeah. I don't know why people I don't care about who knows my age. It's funny how women get really sensitive about that.
I think after a certain point, it just shouldn't matter.
No, I don't think it does. But again, I don't know whether it's vanity. I don't know what it is. I just think people get sensitive. But a lot of men, as they get older, you'll meet them somewhere. People you don't even know. You know how old I am.
Yeah, they're like proud of it. All right, KL, people are waiting. K4IDC. Good to hear you.
Now you're it. Man, we're shutting down after Robin. You can't do any better than Robin. K4IDC. He is down along Percy Priest Lake on the east side. Who else is about 5 miles south of me? Who else is south? South or east?
KM4YRF.
You thought we'd never finish with Robin, I'll bet.
No, I was anxiously waiting.
with bait breath or baited breath?
With bated breath.
Anyway, let's let's see. I think we already got everything covered. How many did you end up with on what do you call it, C4FM? Just 6?
Yeah, we just had 6.
Man, what a slow turnout on that one. We had, and I don't know how many they had on. Which I forgot to ask about for D-Star. I mean for C. Dang for. Yeah, for D-Star.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that.
But I'll make up a number, like 47. Nobody will notice. Anything else?
No, that's all for me, Paul. Thank you for doing what you do for so long.
I'm not sure who actually reads the things I send out because I see glaring mistakes that when I review it later and I go, I can't believe nobody said nothing. I got the wrong number in nets or just the dumbest thing. Anyway, did you see the meme I put up today?
No, I missed that, but I'll look as soon as the net's over.
Okay, well it's up on for the the thumbnail, so you'll see it there. Just a little fun I had with that. That grok is great, man. You can make it do anything. Well, I don't know about anything, but it'll just make you do anything that you'd like. That's within certain limits, I guess. Anyway, that was Mike KM4YRF. He does the 10-meter net on Sunday nights, and along with filling in for me when I'm not around. Who else is East?
5 on D-Star.
5. Okay, and then you had 6. Well, we had 6 on DMR, so we were like, see, that was a good night for us, and a less than good night for you. So you got to do some work there.
Well, it was the same way last week. We only had 6.
Wow. You're gonna have to have some kind of incentive there,
Yeah, but it was Christmas time,
Well, it's still Christmas time. And again, there's people still sick, I think. I think there's still some people that are struggling.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Anyway, who else is East?
KI4 ZDG.
Hello, Kevin. You have such a nice, clear signal. Of course, we're so close.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, it really does. It creates, particularly because of my elevation, I hear when people. I was talking to one of the guys who was over at the club meeting tonight, and I was talking to him from Lebanon, and he was on an HT.
Oh wow, that's really good. Yeah, I'm pretty much the highest point over here where I'm at as well. So if there weren't any trees in the way, we'd probably see each other. I'd probably climb up on my roof and wave at you.
Which I forget where you are over there. You're on the east side of Mount Juliet Road, right?
Yeah, I'm basically just off Central Pike here, just sitting up. You know how Central Pike kind of winds and meanders through the hills over here. I'm just right on top of one of them.
Yeah, there's some nice little elevated places over there too. That's what I forgot about that. Yeah, it is nice. That's why I said, and you're not in the city, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, see, that's why I said when I looked at the city map on the elevation map for the city of Mount Juliet, I was surprised to find out I was the highest point, but not the highest point in the area.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny you're talking about the summits on the air. I was just looking around at some of that information, just trying to find one, just to try to get outside, get moving around, and maybe try to do one of the activations around here. And so the closest, I was just looking for the closest one that I could find, and there's one out, I guess, just north of Watertown, and I guess looking, and it's right in the middle, like it's boxed in, but it's on private property, but it's private property all around it. You can't get to it. I was like, well, I don't know. I guess you could go knock on the landowner's door and ask if you can climb their hill in their backyard.
You just set up a separate category. It's called illegal summits on the air.
Right.
Well, I just thought mine was funny just because our Mount Juliet does not qualify.
Yeah, I haven't looked up the rules for it. I haven't dove that deep into it, but I was just kind of looking to it and parks on the air. But yeah, I haven't gotten that far to look at the rules and all that yet.
Well, that's why I don't know if you saw that thing I put up some weeks ago about they ought to have some new categories, like railroad crossing bridges on the air, and like malls on the air, and ghettos on the air, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
You get extra points for ghettos on the air if there's gunfire involved.
Right? Does that, if the microphone picks it up, does that get you a bonus?
I guess. I just thought of some stupid things. Farms on the air, I think was one of them. Very good. That was Kevin. He's really in Gladeville, outside the city of Mount Juliet. KI4 Zulu Delta Golf. Who else is east?
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Golf November Victor.
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Golf November Victor. I don't remember that call. Have you called him before?
Maybe years ago.
Oh, okay. Very good. What's your first name?
His name is Ron, Romeo Oscar November.
Well, very good. Ron, where are you located?
I'm in Smyrna, so I don't know if I'm east or southeast of you or where. I can't remember where you're located.
Well, you pretty much, you can check in any place anytime you want to. I just do that as a matter of convenience, but you can check in anytime you want to. It's no real rules about that. Yeah, no, Smyrna is really, it's south of me, but it's really southwest, I guess, so everybody kind of just plays the game a little loosely because it's not that important.
Oh, very good, very good. I just put a little 3-element beam up in the attic and spinning around and playing a little bit, and ran across the net, and I thought, I think I remember this net from years ago. Well, I won't keep you. Did recognize Robin when I first ran across it. It's been years since I've talked to him. So. Very good. Good evening, everyone out there. And we'll get you again at another time. 7-3, Dad, towards the end.
Well, I had one quick question. What size beam were you able to get in the attic?
It's just a little small 3-element. It's actually horizontal. I did it for some sideband and CW work, but I'm just seeing what it'll do laying over on its side like that. So, what was it? It seems to be working.
Yeah, no, it does work. In fact, just a quick story. I've heard it told it before. I put a 5-element MFJ beam. In fact, I made the measurements and I ordered the biggest beam I could fit in the attic, and then I used it for some simplex nets early on, about 11 years ago. And the results weren't as good as I wanted them to be. But so I stopped using it. I got an outside antenna, and then it worked out great. But then I said, wait a minute, I'm going to go over the air. So I took that 5-element beam, made it horizontal, pointed it toward Nashville, and I get some of the best reception. I'm still using it for a TV antenna.
You can't beat that. Dual purpose instead of dual, I guess it would be dual band as well, but that's good.
No, it works out great. I even bought one of those, those smart TVs and used the same input, and I get all the stations in the plant. Well, in our planet anyway. That way I didn't have to build, a digital antenna. But that 5-element beam worked perfectly. Anyway, that was Ron. He's in Smyrna, and his call is KF4 GNV Golf November Victor. It's good to have you back again, Ron. Although I don't remember you checking in, but that's only about 30,000 check-ins ago, probably. Who else is east? Up to the north? How about north?
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India.
Hello, Danny. Yeah, it's good to see you today.
Yeah, it's good to be there. Good to see everybody. There's quite a few there.
Yeah, but a couple of them weren't really hams, that's not legal.
Yeah, I don't know. They were kind of hammy, though.
Yeah. No, it's nice to have. The only problem with it is the groups get bigger, because we had one where like 25 showed up, and of course everybody can't talk to everybody because there's 5 different groups,
Yeah, that was like when that one net showed up with us. They put us in the back room there and filled up the whole room.
Yeah. Anything good for the net?
No, I was trying to think of anything good, but nope. Just appreciate breakfast, appreciate what you do.
Oh yeah, loads of fun. I don't know what I do with my Wednesdays and Saturdays. If I did, no, I wouldn't know what I would do. I'd be doing nothing. I'd just be goofing off as I always do. When I'm not doing this, I'm goofing off. Generally, I do other things. Obviously, I got lots of other little stupid hobbies I do, like reading and that kind of stuff. All righty, that was Danny. He's in Hendersonville. Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India. Who else is north?
Kilo Quebec 4, Tango Uniform Bravo.
All right, how you doing, Hayden?
I'm doing good. I went downtown to Nashville today, and we went to like an arcade.
Oh, is there a big arcade down there?
Yeah, there's 2, and we went to the bigger one. Me and my dad and my brother did.
Oh man, how much money did you blow there on the arcade?
The games were all free. We just had to buy like drinks, and we ended up getting a pizza there.
Oh, cool. Cool. They got the regular good games, or are they just the old mediocre ones?
They got old-fashioned games like Dig Dug and Donkey Kong and stuff.
Oh yeah. They don't have. What was that one I used to love to play with my kids a long time ago? I'm not even sure it's out anymore. That Star. No. You know where you shoot at like enemies. It's you're in the middle when it starts, and all these things are coming at you at the same time. I can't remember the name.
Was it like Defender or something?
I was like that. Yes, I just can't remember the name right now. I just can't recall it. And it drove my younger son crazy because he kept getting blasted out of the game, you know.
Yep, there are a good amount of shooter games there, like Space Invaders and stuff.
Oh, that's what it was. It was Space Invaders.
Yep, Space Invaders. I saw that one. I played it a little bit at one point, but I didn't play it as much as the other stuff.
Takes that one, like a lot of the games, it takes a lot of practice to avoid getting hit.
Yep, definitely. I think my brother is more suited for that kind of games. I was never too good at virtual shooting.
Yeah, well, those two sons who I'm talking about are almost your dad's age. The one's 54 and the other one's 59. So, and so they're not young anymore.
Yep, and my dad was definitely wanting to go to the arcade. He had just about as much fun as I did. He was playing some of the games too.
Well, I'll show you how much I like. Where I grew up, the arcades were illegal in New York State, and so we used to ride my bikes over to Canada in Niagara Falls, Ontario. And they had a real big arcade there, and did I have a lot of fun.
That's wild that arcades were illegal in the United States. Can't imagine what would cause that.
No, that was only in New York State. They were legal in other states. New York State, I don't know why. It's hard. You ask your dad how to explain that, because it was you could gamble on it. And you think, what are you talking about? You can gamble with checkers. You can gamble with cards. To have a pinball game, most kids aren't gambling.
That's interesting. My dad is actually right here. Do y'all want to talk to him?
Oh, yeah, he's got to check in, doesn't he?
I'm going to let him check in. This is Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Uniform Bravo. Back to net.
Very good. That's Hayden in Hendersonville, Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Uniform Bravo, and I think Hayes is up next.
Yeah, November 8, November Hotel Tango. I'm here too.
Yeah, very good. Do you remember that it was illegal in New York about you may not have gotten up there to play games though.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't think I ever heard that. I'm from Ohio. We had plenty of arcades around there, and then we had our Atari systems we played at home. I was a big fan of video games, and I played that. And then when Nintendo came out, I was doing that, and then I had fun playing those old games with my kids again.
I'm showing my age, but when it wasn't until I left home in '68 that my brother got Pong, and Pong was pretty cheesy.
Yeah, that was called first generation. When I was a kid, Atari was the rage. When I was like a young kid, and then the Pong systems could be found sometimes at a garage sale for $5. The stuff is real cheap after it's not cool. Then after that, it becomes vintage and gets expensive again.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to run out and get a Pong game though.
Yeah. It's still kind of fun. We have an Atari system I got the kids for Christmas. It's a reissued Atari that fits an HDMI cable, and you can play the old cartridges. And we've been kind of messing with some of those.
I tell you, I went on on eBay. The guy was selling a disc for Space Invaders, and it said it would play on whatever the computer was at the time. It's about probably 15 years ago, and it was like real cheap. It was like $5 or something like that. I said, "Oh man, do I want that?" The guy scammed me. He just collected the money and he ran with everybody's money.
Oh yeah, you get scammed a lot. Everyone's gotten screwed over before. I hate scam artists.
Well, it was easy to get away with because am I going to take him to court for $5?
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of scam to do. No one's gonna quite do that.
No, but I think he got banned. I'm hoping he got banned from YouTube. Anyway, anything else for the net, Hayes?
I don't think so. It's good seeing everybody at the breakfast again and seeing you, and we had a good time. Maybe next time. Hey, K4PW. This is November 8, November Hotel Tango with KQ4TUB and back to net.
Very good. That was Hayes, November 8, November Hotel Tango in Hendersonville. And who else is north?
Kilo Romeo
Romeo 4, Echo Mike Hotel, Lucas and Gallatin.
Hello, Lucas. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing this evening, sir?
Good. I haven't talked to you since I was on GMRS a week or two ago.
That's right. It's good to hear you over here on the repeater. I'm always glad to hear you come over there and visit.
Well, the one thing I've noticed, I've been doing a lot of monitoring since I've never been on GMRS. Just accidentally, I've been on it in the past, over the last 20 years, but not very often. I'll be if I'm out and about, I can scan for it in several of the radios I've had. But there's so little activity then. It's a little better now, but the predominant stuff you hear on the repeaters over there it's like radio check, and I heard somebody talking longer this morning. I forget what time it was. I said, holy man, somebody's talking longer than 4 minutes.
Yeah, Paul, it was funny. I was talking to my wife this morning. I heard two people that said that they were monitoring right next to each other, within a few seconds of each other. And then there was no conversation that followed. And I told my wife, I said, usually if you say you're monitoring, you're almost saying, hey, I'm here and I'd like to talk. But there was none of that.
Yeah, I know. That's the ham radio tends to be better than that. But even so, we've got, I still laugh about it. When I lived in Tampa, when I was back visiting, and there's like almost 100 repeaters in 2 counties that are next to each other, St. Petersburg or Pinellas County and Hillsborough County, where there's like 2 million people. And they're still quiet over there. I was there for a week, and I didn't hear anything.
Man, that's crazy to me. I guess since the advent of cell phones, I guess a lot of this hobby has gone away. But sad to hear that there were that many repeaters and that few people on there.
Yeah, well, I've actually, if you look at, you do find out through ARRL has it in their antenna book or their repeater book. It tells you how many of the repeaters there are, and I forget the number. Really don't remember what it was, but there's like 10,000 repeaters in the country. Might be more than that. And I figure 99% of them are dead 95% of the time. And so that means we've got 10,000 or 20,000 repeaters, however that is, that are all sitting there chewing up approximately 100 watts, an hour. You do that math, and you're into like a gigawatt for nobody to talk at all.
You know what? You're right, Paul. I never really thought too much about that, but you're right on there. I was getting a kick out of you talking about farms on the air and ghettos on the air. I've got a novel idea, and I wonder if this ever picks up any traction. How about radios on the air?
That's true. Or rooftops on the air. I like that one. Or the other one's parking garages on the air.
Oh, man, the list could go on and on. Hospitals on the air, it never stops. Well, listen, I know you got the rest of the net to get to. Paul, thank you for picking me up. Always good to chat with you. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Mike Hotel, Lucas and Gallatin, 73.
Very good. Like you said, that's Lucas and Gallatin with a good signal. That's Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Mike Hotel. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
Okay, we had a nice double, I think. I knew the Greg was the other one. But WB0NOO overcame that. What's up, Mark?
Oh, good evening, Paul. How about prisons on the air?
When you drone yourself into there?
Yeah, some of those guys are probably hams. They haven't got anything else to do.
I don't know. If you're a felon, can you keep your ham license?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, I don't really have anything to say important as usual.
Well, what you need to do in the future if that happens, ask your wife what you're supposed to say.
I sent her to the shower, so she's leaving me alone right now.
Yeah, I think I would have heard her response before you said anything if she was there.
Yeah, you probably would have. Anyway, carry on. WB0NOO.
Very good. That's Mark up on the beach on the Cumberland. That's Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar. Who else is, by the way, he fixed his noise problem from last night. Who else is north?
Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo monitoring.
Monitoring, very good. Like a monitor lizard, that's what it is. A shape-shifting monitor lizard, that's what it is. Anything good going on, Mr. Monitor?
I said I'm just monitoring.
Okay. All right, then we'll just move on. No, everything all right? We can move on?
I'm
Okay, we've got the Monitor Lizard, Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo, monitoring. Maybe that'll be dash monitoring. That's how we'll list it. And he's in Hendersonville. Who else is north? Is that Wes? Because I can barely hear you if that's you.
That's Steve.
Oh, it is Steve. Steve. He sounded as unintelligible as Wes does when he's got a bad signal. Steve, I'm glad you checked in. I couldn't tell it was you. Well, very good. I hope you're doing all right. I just realized, I didn't realize until the last 10 days or so that you're doing your net on Facebook, so I should get back on there and at least I can check in that way. Anyway, well, I appreciate you checking in. I'm not hearing you very well, but I hope everything's going all right, and thanks for checking in. Did he check out already, Mike? Because I can't hear him well.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's Whiskey 4, what? No, it's K4, WKU, right?
Yeah, K4WKU.
Yeah. Yeah, the memory's starting to slide. You had, boy, that guy I told you about, that I told everybody about that I was talking to, that stroke, you can tell it affected him bad. You know, he was struggling even with sentences. He's the same age as me, so I'm grateful that I've got at least, I don't have all my wits, but I got half of them, you know. All right, that must have been Steve. Steve, I do appreciate you checking in. That's Kilo 4 Whiskey Kilo uniform, and he's north, 65 miles north, so if anybody can hear him, north of Bowling Green. Who else is north? No copy. Do you know what that is, Mike?
Somebody's wanting to check in. Go ahead, check. All right, Steve, I'll relay you in. Paul, that was Steve, AC9IM.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I wasn't able to, I couldn't tell the difference between him and the other Steve. I mean, with the voice, it just wasn't AC9IM. Hey, guess you can hear me, Steve. Glad you're in there. Hope everything's all right. That's AC9M, and he's in Scottsville, Kentucky. A little closer, probably 50 miles or so, 55 maybe, I don't know, up in Kentucky, across the border there. Who else? Thanks for being there, Steve. AC9IM. Who else is out there? Anybody else north? All right. Then we're going to go down the rundown list of people waiting to check in, but they want to fall into a category like the dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slockers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, and those who do support the moon landing idea. Moon occupied by aliens, both real aliens from outer space who actually live inside it's a spacecraft for them, and those that deny any of those things, including the foreign nationals that are mining on the backside of the moon because we can't see them. The backside is always the backside. Flat earthers, those who deny that there's a flat earth. It's a big crowd. And scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end-time survivalists, and the no longer imaginary Bigfoot believers. Anybody else?
How about just the ones in the West?
Oh, did I miss the West already? I'm sorry. What, are you going to fall into the Bigfoot with the size 13 shoes?
You never call West.
I know. I'm glad you said that. All right, West, please come now.
Go ahead, Charles.
Okay, you gonna go through that monologue again for the red-headed stepchildren to West Nashville?
No, but I'm glad you reminded me because I can't believe I missed West. I was having such a good time. So you're checking in, are you, Charles?
KC410Q. And just a quick note, does anybody know what the term yard pimp means?
A yard pimp? No idea. Anybody know what a yard pimp, Y-A-R-D space P-I-M-P is?
Roger.
I'm just getting it out for everybody to hear in case they couldn't hear you. Nobody knows? I don't know. Do you know?
It's a chicken.
they call it a yard pimp?
I heard this guy, he's a cook down in Louisiana, and he was talking about yard pimp juice, and I had to listen to it like 3 times to understand what he was saying. So it relates to a chicken. So it's yard pimp juice is chicken stock. So y'all have a good evening, KC4. Thank you.
You know, you learn something new every day. It's not necessarily good stuff, but you do learn something new. All right, that was Charles, master of yard pimps. Kilo Charlie 4, Tango November, Quebec. I know he doesn't have any chickens in his yard over there in Nashville. They wouldn't permit it. And I take it you're checking in there, Jack?
Yeah, KG4ILV, and I didn't know what a yard pimp was.
I would think that would be a rooster and not a chicken, you know?
Yeah, because roosters kind of walk around like a pimp showing off.
Oh, they do. They are hilarious.
Well, anyway, I don't have anything. It was good seeing everybody at breakfast this morning, and I'll see you on the next one, KG4ILV.
All right, that's Jack, and he is in Donelson's section of the well-known Davidson County, known nationally, really, at this point, because we've got a tunnel that goes between the well, we don't have it yet, and hopefully they're going in the right direction. They don't end up in Donelson instead of over there downtown. Anybody else check in? Latecomers, please come now. Couldn't even pull Kevin out of the woodwork out of some what county? Smith County. We didn't hear Scott down in Laverne. Boy, we're in trouble. We already had 24 people though, so good enough. Any questions before we move on to 144-240? Anybody else? 144-240, and please prepare for on 6 meters. We're going to try 52.525. I believe that's what you said, wasn't it, Greg?
Yeah, that's the FM calling channel for 6 meters, but 52.415 is also acceptable. Also, it's above the repeater frequency.
All right, then we will do 52.415. We don't really want to be on the calling frequency. 52.415. If I said we might get people, and that's 52.415 FM. 52.415 FM. But first, we're going to be doing the 50.135 upper sideband. But after we do the 144-240, I know it's complicated, but I try to keep it straight. All right, I'm going to go over to 144-240. We'll see you there. This is K4PEW. No, it's not as long as I thought it was. 144. We're here at 144-240. Looking for check-ins. We'll just start from the where we were before, which was the south. Please come now. Anybody from the south? All right. Anybody from the east?
KM4YRF.
All right. Got you in there, Mike. KM4YRF. Who else is from the east?
KI4ZDG.
KI4ZDG. He is. It's Kevin here there in Gladeville. Excuse me. He's not here. Who else is east? Anybody else east? North?
KQ4, oh my.
KQ4, oh my. Hey, that's how you just remember it. Oh my. KQ4MI, that's Danny up in Hendersonville. Or Daniel, whichever he prefers. Dan. Duh. You got another duh name. Well, I enjoy myself. Can you tell? Who else is north?
KD4CVE.
I thought you were monitoring, man. All right, that's Greg. KD4, Charlie, Victor, Echo. Who else is north?
Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Uniform Bravo.
Kilo Quebec 4 Tango Uniform Bravo. That would be Hayden in Hendersonville. Who else is next?
November 8, November Hotel Tango.
And you sound like you're talking through a series of forks. It's just got this really brassy, tinny sound to it. Very little, not a very narrow quality, but I mean, it's solid copy, but it sounds, like you're talking through a long metal tube or something.
Is that any better?
No, Mike, you hearing the same thing I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he says your signal sucks. I didn't say that, though.
Roger. Well, this is an old ICOM 298. I guess it's doing the best it can do,
No, I understand. No, it just sounds like an extraordinarily cheap microphone is really what it sounds like. That's what it really sounds like.
Yeah, I guess I'm just from the ghetto. What can I say?
Hey, if it works, it works. I'm not going to complain. I just like to let people know what they sound like, because otherwise they go on thinking they're a broadcast studio for CBS or something.
Roger, well, my feelings are really hurt, and I'm going to go cry on my pillow there, Paul. K4BW, this is November 8 November Hotel Tango. Back to that.
Oh, yeah. I need actually 2 or 3 pillows because I cry so much. That was November 8, November Hotel Tango, and he is also in Hendersonville. And so his son, Kilo Quebec 4 Tango uniform, Bravo, and that's Hayden. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Dare we go over to the west?
KG4 ILV.
Oh, we dare.
I don't feel so left out now.
You can be the fair-haired. Oh, not. I don't want to even say fair. That doesn't work for you. It might work for Charles, but not you.
He's done that forever. That's why I moved out of the West.
Yes. I drove you out. I did you a favor to get out of Antioch. All right, I got you in there, Jack. Good signal. KG4ILV. And then, Charles, you out there?
Yeah, you and Charles double.
TNQ, the yard pimp of West Nashville.
Yeah. I'm sorry you told me that, man, because now it's going to stick in my head about being a yard pimp. I don't know. Have you ever had chickens, or have you ever worked with chickens on a farm or anything?
Oh, yeah, many years.
Okay, well, then you know what I'm talking about. They're funny animals. They really are. Dumb as they're not really that dumb when they're pets, but when they're just, for like eggs, if you use them for eggs, they're just dumb.
I just thought that was hilarious. I had to share it.
Oh, it's great. I'm glad you did. Something that it's not a ham radio event. I guess we ought to come up with a term for what's a frequency pimp or something like that.
Yeah, I'll let you work on that. KC4, thank you.
All right, very good. Anybody else on West or anywhere?
Kilo Radio 4, Hotel Golf.
You can check me in again. Kilo Foxtrot 4, Golf, November Victor.
Oh, so we got Kilo Foxtrot for Golf, November Victor. Is that the right call? Do I have that correct?
QSL, Ron, down in Smyrna.
Yeah, very good. You sound good. Sound good on this frequency and mode. And we heard KR4. Is it Hotel Golf? Do I have that right?
Yeah, Kilo Radio 4, Hotel Golf. It's Zane in Carthage.
Zane. Oh, that's right. You checked in before, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm trying my best tonight. It's pretty in the noise tonight, but barely make you guys out. I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, very good. Well, on sideband, you're doing better than you would on FM, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was barely making you guys out on FM, so I kind of waited until you guys got over to sideband to give it a shot over.
Very, very good, Zane. I appreciate you being there because we don't hear from Carthage very often. I have in the past, but not too often. Anyway, that's Zane in Carthage. Kilo Romeo 4 Hotel Golf. And I appreciate you making it. Are you using a beam or a vertical?
I'm using a vertical. I tried switching over to the horizontal antenna I got, but you guys must be running verticals, right?
We're on verticals, but I'm saying with a beam would really, from your end, would really be killer, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't have a beam. The only horizontal antenna I got is a omnidirectional. So the vertical's the best one I got for what we got going on right now.
Okay, very good. No, I understand. I mean, it's like everybody, unless you're wealthy, everybody in ham radio works with a handicap.
Yeah, roger that. I haven't done a tower, and I don't really have plans to put up a tower. So, it's like if I threw up a beam, I know I'd be upset if I couldn't turn the beam. So I'm just avoiding that aggravation.
Well, if you could get even a small beam makes a hell of a difference. Even a 4 element little beam doesn't have to be a big one, and those little rotators aren't. Even if they rotated by hand on a mast, that would be killer.
Yeah, I know there's some options out there. I'll have to do a little research and look around. This house, I don't know if I want to stay in it for a super long time, so I hate to invest a stupid amount of money into getting it how I want it.
No, it doesn't have to be a stupid amount, really. In fact, you can look into some of those homemade beams. You can build them for just a few bucks, using tubing and stuff. It really, I mean, I built beams just out of wire, and they work great.
Yeah, I haven't seen those, and I do have a old TV antenna laying around, VHS TV antenna. I may, one day when it gets warmer or something, I may start that project to see if I can come up with something with that.
Yeah, no, you can use the elements off of it for sure. You just have to make sure they're measured right. No, you really can do a lot with just cheap parts, old copper tubing, old electrical tubing, old anything really, and just strap them to a board and use a formula, and you'll be amazed at the results.
Roger that. Hey, I do have a question for you. I went and got my general ticket. The ink is still wet on the certificate. Now, I was curious if you guys did any sort of HS nets as well.
Well, our next net is on 50.135 on 6 meters, and that's on upper sideband. And then tonight we're going over on FM to 52.415.
Okay, copy that. I got those copied down. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to get into 50, so I guess I'm stuck on VHF with you all.
Well, there's also tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Michael does the net on 10 meters on 28.415.
28.415?
Yep, 28.415 upper sideband.
Okay, very good. And that's at 8 as well, correct?
Absolutely. Be there though. You don't want to miss it. He does 3 modes. He does upper sideband, and then he goes to an FM portion of the band on FM on 10 meters, and then he moves over to C4 FM on 10 meters, which not everybody has that.
Okay, very good. Well, if I'm around tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing tomorrow, but if I'm around tomorrow, I'll definitely tune in and see if I can hear you guys. The 10-meter rig I got just on and off center fed, so I'm not sure how good I'll do, but I'll definitely listen.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you being there, though. Yep, that is Zane in Carthage, Kilo Romeo 4 Hotel Golf. Nice to have him in there. I actually did a presentation about Simplex over into the Carthage Amateur Radio Club, and I knew a couple of the guys, kind of from way past. But anyway, it was nice to have Zane in there. Anybody else before we move on? Any place, anywhere? All right, we're going to move over to 50.135. We'll see you there. Alrighty, we're here on 50.135. Looking for check-ins from, we'll see where it goes. Let's do this. We'll start from the south. How about the east?
KM4YRF.
All right, we got Michael in there, KM4YRF. Who else is east? Anybody north? Okay, I got you in there, Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, the monitoring that frequency. Who else is north? Are you copying anybody? I'm not, Mike, from the north?
Nope.
All right, let's try one more time. Anybody north? Yell. Oh, I could swear that's Danny up there, but I'm not sure it is. Danny, was that you? Is that a yes? Okay, so we got Danny. And was there somebody else in there besides Danny? Ah, very good. Kilo, I'm sorry. What was that second digit in there again, please?
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Golf November Victor KF4 GMV.
Yeah, very good. You sound good. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Golf November Victor. And it is Victor at the end, right? Okay, very good. Just want to make sure. I kind of scribbled it, and then I can't read my own writing. But anyway, good to have you in there. Anybody else? Are we all stuck? Oh man, a monstrous 4 people and somebody I missed. Did I get Danny in there? Is that correct? Daniel from Hendersonville. Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Mike, India. So I assumed you were monitoring on that. Well, very good. Now we got more than that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is kind of normal for 6 meters. Not everybody's got that. And anyway, we're going to move over and give it a shot at 52.415 FM. So we'll be right there. Okay, now we got Charles in there. Appreciate you being there, Charles. That's KC4TNQ in West Nashville. Anybody else besides Charles being late? Anybody hearing anything I can't hear? All righty. We're going over to 52, whatever I just said. That 415. 52.415.